Welcome back. Today we are going to connect to the body and warm up with the shaking exercise. So go ahead and stand, feet hip width apart. Keep your feet flat on the ground, bend your knees, and just start to bounce. Reminder, always for this exercise, we're keeping the feet flat on the ground, so not coming up onto the balls of your feet or your toes, but keeping your feet flat and creating this little push against the ground that creates this little bounce or shaking motion through your body. And as you do this, starting out here today, just starting with a little bounce and feeling where do you need to let go of tension in order to let this movement come through your body more easily. Or maybe it's even where do you need to adjust your posture a little bit. Maybe you're leaning forward and you can feel your toes tight, so can you come back? And does the movement get easier? Notice your breathing, not needing to change it, but just noticing how you're breathing, where you're breathing. Is it high in your chest? Is it lower in your belly? How does your body feel as we begin today? Now go ahead and start to make any other movements that feel good, keeping the bounce. Maybe you want to roll your shoulders a bit. Maybe you want to swing a little side to side. Letting your arms move freely. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. And keep exploring different movements. Maybe this time you're going to roll forward. Feel this bouncing as you roll forward. Maybe you want to lean back a little bit. Maybe you want to hang to one side. Just through all of the different movements that you're exploring, keep the bouncing, keep the shaking. Can you relax your face, relax your jaw? Good. About 30 seconds more. Bounce a little faster now. Soften your belly, soften your back. And on the count of 3, we're going to stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Here, just close your eyes. Feel your posture, feel your body. Now go ahead and just walk a little bit. And as you're walking, just look around the space wherever you are. And maybe just think about something that you're grateful for today. Could even just be grateful for being able to move, grateful for how you feel after that little bit of shaking. Next, we're going to do 2 exercises for eye movement, for the visual system. This is so important for our sense of balance and also for just generally how we feel. And the reason is we take in so much information through our eyes, but we don't often give much attention to or training to the function of our eyes. It's the reason why when we're doing those balance exercises and I ask you to close your eyes, they immediately get more challenging because part of our system of balance is the visual system. So when we can train our eyes and our eye movement and have better function there, it can really improve the information coming in, which increases the nervous system's sense of safety, which helps us feel better, but then it also allows for a greater expression of our movement, both through strength and through flexibility, for example. So we're going to do 2 different eye movements, and we're going to do the testing along with these. So the test that we're going to do this time, put your feet together, take your arms out, hands together, and just start going first to the left and then to the right. Do this a few times, and what you're going to notice is just see and make a mental note of where you're standing, and then where is the maximum that you can move your arms. Okay, so this is just creating a starting point. Right, let your hands go down, take a comfortable stance, bring one hand out in front of you, look directly at the tip of your finger straight ahead of you, and what we're going to do is follow the movement of your finger only with your eyes. So don't move your head, just move your eyes, and you want to be moving at the edge of your field of vision for each eye individually. What that means is if I close this eye when my finger is out this direction, if I move it out here, I can no longer see it out of this eye. So I want to be moving where if I close either eye, I can still see my finger. That means both eyes are able to see the finger. Now when I reach the bottom, I'm going to bring my other hand up, come to the top, and come back down. Okay, drop that down, close your eyes to rest for a moment. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Hand out in front, starting with the opposite hand that you started with. Go up. If you notice your breathing changing during this, or you notice that it's taking a lot of concentration, then it's probably a bit of a challenging exercise for you. It might be a movement, a function with your eyes that is different. Come back down. Very nice. Drop that down. Okay, bring your feet back together. Same place that they were before. Hands out in front. And now we're going to do this same little test. Mine has improved a great deal, especially going this way to the right. So for you, again, remember with the testing, this is the information for you on what exercises are really helpful. If your range of motion just improved there, this is a good exercise to do more frequently. You saw how simple it was. You can do it throughout your day. If the exercise stayed the same, then you might need to do a bit more of it to challenge yourself. If your flexibility stayed the same, if it actually got worse, then you need to do a bit less in this case. Okay, so now we're going to do another eye movement exercise. This is called an eye push-up. Once again, take your finger out in front of you. Actually, I'm going to do both hands together to stay more steady. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my fingers towards my eyes, and my eyes have to move closer together. So as my fingers come in directly towards the center point between my eyes need to get closer together. At the point where I can no longer stay focused, I'm going to take them back out. So what this is doing, the reason it's called an eye push-up, is it's working the eyes smoothly coming in together and then going back out. Smoothly coming in and going back out. One more time. Okay, drop your arms down. Close your eyes for just a moment to rest. Feet back together, hands in front. Always amazes me. I just had a big improvement there. What about you? Remember, that gives you information on if that's a useful exercise that you could start to incorporate in different places. Okay, so now let's do some body circles. Find, again, comfortable stance, feet hip width apart, hands here on your pelvis, and we're just going to start with this circular motion. 4, 5, change directions. These are probably starting to feel more familiar. 5, nice, okay. Remember our frontal plane. Good. Feeling the smoothness of the movement. Nice. Now remember this one. As you come forward, knees go down, knees straighten as you go back. So you're warming up low back here as well as hips, hip joints. Change directions. Three, 4, 5. Good. Okay, now we're going to go up to the chest. So we just started working on more mobility here in the last few days. So let's go through the 4 points first. So first, take your sternum forward. I like to keep a soft bend in the knee here. And again, be aware that you're not moving a lot through the lower back or even in your shoulders for this. So again, it's not pulling your shoulders forward. We're really trying to isolate this movement in the rib cage, in the sternum, in the thoracic spine. So here I'm holding back. Okay, now I can put my hands out to the side to help first with the side-to-side reaching. Again, I'm looking to stay level here, so not leaning over. Check that you're level. A few times side to side. Drop your arms down. Back to the other side. Okay, so now can you smooth out the movement between those 4 points? And if this feels too challenging to make this circular movement, then just work through your points. Forward, side, back, side. If it's comfortable, see if you can start to smooth it out. Once more. Now change directions. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let that go. Let's just get the arms moving here. Forward. 3, 4, 5, and now back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We're just going to do one for the neck. Go ahead and drop your head down. And then here we're just doing a half circle. So we're rolling the ear to one shoulder and then rolling other ear to the shoulder. Do that a few times. Good. Okay, let that go. All right, now we're going to do a bit of work for lower body, for our legs here. So what you're going to do, you're going to stand on one leg, you're going to pick a visual point around you, and you're going to touch with the other leg, and then come back. Pick another visual point, touch with the leg, and come back. Another visual point, touch, and come back. Okay, so here's how you make it more challenging, is we're going to go for 30 seconds on each leg, and don't rest in between, meaning don't touch your leg in between. So you stay standing on one the whole time, and you keep reaching for all these different points without coming back to the middle. Okay, so you just keep reaching, reaching, and you can make this as challenging as you want. How far can you go in all directions? Touching different points. Or you can make it easier. You can go to points very close to you, and you can come back and rest for a moment in between, and then go to the next point, rest in between. Okay, so you choose the difficulty level that is best for you. Let's go ahead and set the timer. Ready, and begin. So we've got 30 seconds here on the clock. Remember to go in front, go behind, go out to the side. How many different places can you go to? 10 seconds left. Five, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. All right, shake out the standing leg. Rest for just a moment. Get ready to go with the other leg. And go. 30 seconds. Same thing. Remember, if you're feeling strong, keep your leg up the whole time. Keep moving. If you need a rest, if you need to make this a little easier, just bring your leg back and rest for a moment between each touch. Okay, almost there. 3 seconds left. Get one more in and rest. Good. Shake out the standing leg. Okay. Go ahead and grab your mat. We're going to go to hands and knees. So you can also use your blanket or towel if you need some support under your knees. And we're going to begin here with our normal warm-up. Warming up the wrists, warming up the hands, warming up the shoulders, the upper back. Placing your hands in all kinds of different ways. Remembering we've got the palm to finger, as well as going finger to palm. Going out to the sides. Coming back. Stretching out in the front. Now go ahead and start adding a little bit more of your back into this. So now we're doing some of those cat-cows as we're placing the hands. Good. Okay, now we're going to start doing some of the push-ups. So remember, we've been practicing this, finding all kinds of different positions to do the little push-ups. And again, you can always modify by coming on to making fists. You can still do your push-ups this way with fists if you need a bit more support for your wrists. Good. All right, now we're going to come into an exercise for abdominal strength and for stabilizing. This is also really important for our riding, is stabilizing. So we're going to do a plank. So for our plank, again, you can do this hands flat. You can also do your plank with your fists. We want our shoulders to be over our wrists, and you can do your plank from your knees. Okay, so you can do your plank like this. Active toes is best. That means I've got my toes under instead of just having my feet flat, because then I'm getting that little stretch on my feet as well. Okay, so you can stay right here. As we're here, you want to not allow your rib cage and your upper back to collapse down. So remember, we did that exercise of pushing up, engaging around the shoulder blades, using the thoracic sling. Okay, so you're going to stay up so that your upper back is flat across, so that it's not concave and falling down. Also, you're going to reach your head forward like you were lengthening your neck. Stay. So instead of letting your neck come in, lengthen the neck out. Look slightly down and forward ahead of you. So not bringing the head up this way, but looking slightly forward. All right, if you can, go ahead and lift to come up onto your toes. And we're going to hold here for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Drop back down. You're going to come back. If you're familiar with yoga, child's pose. Okay, if you're not familiar with this position, there's a few different modifications. You can come back having your knees together, resting on the tops of your thighs. You can also spread your knees open and come back this way. Find what's comfortable for you. You can also bring your arms back as well if it's not comfortable having your shoulders out in that stretch. Okay, we're going to do one more plank. 10 more seconds. Remember, shoulders over wrists. Find the variation that's best for you, whether you're on your knees or you're going to come up. looking slightly ahead. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And come back. Nice job. All right, we're gonna do our ending exercise here. We're going to do the leg pushes. I'm gonna just change this so you can see better from the side. So for leg pushes, what we're gonna do here is you're gonna bring your feet so that your fingers are just touching your heels. And now I'm gonna start to push with my feet flat on the ground, pushing off of my feet and just pushing my body slightly up and then releasing, up, releasing, up, releasing. I'm not doing any action with my pelvis here. Okay, so my pelvis is just staying neutral. So it's not coming from tilting my pelvis. The motion is all coming from pushing off my feet. You can adjust the position of your feet. This is just a starting point. If you need to take them a bit farther away, if that feels better, that's fine. Arms soft by your side. And similar to the shaking, as you do this little pushing motion, notice where are you holding tension and where can you soften? Can you soften your belly more? Can you soften your glutes more? How can you make this movement in the easiest way possible? You can continue in this movement as long as you would like, even as we close the video here. Because the longer that you stay in this motion, the more that the relaxing effects, the more that kind of the calming benefits of these repetitive motion where we're sending movement through the body, where you can start to feel them the longer you do it. And we're going to be doing this more tomorrow. And in the beginning, you might find that you actually get tired, that it takes some effort to do this. But just keep searching for where can you let go of tension and how can you use the least amount of energy possible to make this motion, to let it become easier and easier. Let's do this for a few more moments. Deep breath, slowly slow the movement, slow the pushing, and stop. Roll to one side. Remember, if it feels good, you're welcome to just keep going as we close here. Rest for a moment on one side. And if you're ready to close, you can come back up. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.